Hey everyone, Toshi here, coming at you with another Artery Gear Fusion video. So we're gonna be going back into the collab. I'm sorry for the last video. I really didn't explain things too well. So if you want to convert your skill chips to 5-star chips for your 5-star characters, let's say that, oops, let's say that you actually had some skill ups you wanted to give to your Sirius, maybe, right? Because mine needs some, and I don't have enough to give her. And let's say you're not summoning for any of the collab units, or you just don't want to upgrade the skills of the collab units. Very first thing is you would go to warehouse here in the bottom right, and then you go to the top right and click on supply, and then you would click on the chip that you want to convert. So in this case, it wouldn't be this one. It would be like pretend this is the event exclusive one we have right now. This is from the Madoka Magica, but it's the same thing. You press redeem once you click on it, and then you can convert as many as you want to the 5-star skill ups. This is very, very, very convenient, very, very valuable for anyone that isn't going for any of the collab units, and it's awesome for people that are actually skipping them entirely. So always, always, always buy these out from the shop if you're not going for anything, that has to do with the collab units. Always buy these. Okay, very first thing, these here you're actually going to need for the UE of the 5-star characters, and even Guraya as well, excuse me. If you want to fully upgrade the skills, or the UE, excuse me, I don't know why I keep saying that, the UE of the certain 5-star character collab unit that you got, you want to have 160 of these. You have just enough, of these here in the shop to max out both of the UEs for Stylid and Baselard. This is for the collab 1.0, right? So 160 of these per character, and then depending on how many skill ups you want to give to your collab character is where you buy these here. If you are not going to be, summoning for any character, of course, always buy these though, because like I said before, these are free 5-star skill ups for your account. Now, if we go to the actual collab current right now at 2.0, you can see here that we have 320 of these. Like before, 160 is needed for each character's UE upgrade to max. So if I wanted to upgrade the armor application of Architect, right, I'd make sure that I buy all of these here, every single one of these, because you're gonna need all of them to max out the UE, and then I would buy 160 of these. You can see here I already have 140, so I only need 20 more to fully upgrade the UE of Architect. If I wanted to do Heraus Velger, since I already have 140, all I need now is 180. So if I want to fully upgrade Heraus Velger and Architect, I would buy 180 more. And then I would buy all of their UE armaments, right? Now I will say one thing, right? I have not done the math. I'm sorry. I do not know how many of these we're going to get throughout the whole collab. So in my honest opinion, what I really think you should do is just hold on to all of it. Like I said before, there is no rush unless you absolutely do know that you want to fully go all in for a specific character, or you only have one of them, or you have none of them. Then I would make your decision. But if you have all the collab units, let's say you're a new player and you picked up all the collab units, I would hold off, wait, because depending on the character, you might not even need to fully upgrade their UE to get the most value out of the character. Okay, so I went ahead and did Architect's technology. So to research, we need 10 of these and one advanced decoder chip, and that is to actually get the UE itself on the character. So we're going to go ahead and research now. Boom. Thank you for your patience. Oh, I've been very patient. Okay, now we can upgrade it here. And we need 2 for each level of the UE. So I want to go all the way to 10. So it's going to take me 20. And I'll probably fast forward all of this here. And that's because I want to get the remove 1 to 2 debuffs from all allies for her UE passive. Or skill passive, excuse me, from the UE itself. Okay, and then if you want to go further, you need another skill up. So you're going to need 1 here, and you're going to need another skill up at 20 to get to 30. So I would need to convert get a advanced decoder chip. So now I can level breakthrough since I have a skill up chip. Boom. And then we can continue more levels. So now we're going to need 5 per level. This is going to be 50. This is going to be 50. And then we need 2 again per level. So let's go ahead and buy some more of these. And then we'll upgrade all the way. Because why not? I actually like Architect a lot. Okay, so we're going to go all the way to 20 here. And you can see we need 5 per level. In terms of the model instructions, right? And then we need 10 once we get to 19, and then another 10 here. And then you see we need another advanced decoder chip. So we learned that you need 10 once you get to from 18 to 19 and 19 to 20. So that's 20 there, and then you need 5 after the first 8, right? So you're gonna need 5 times 8, 40, and you're gonna need 60. So you're gonna need 60 for the first 10 to 20, 60 of those, and then you're gonna need 100 for the 20 to 30, right? So let me kind of explain that better. So if you're looking to upgrade your base large UE or your stylus UE, which you require the Kotobuki model pliers, from 10 to level 20, you're going to need 80 of the you're gonna need 60 of these. You're gonna need 60, but since I already have 40, I'll cut down to 20, right? So I'm gonna need 60 to go from 10 to 20 for the UE. And if I want to go from 20 to 30, I'm going to need an additional 100. So let's say I want to upgrade all the way. I'm going to need 120 to go from 10 to 30 for the UE. And on top of that, I'm going to need 3 advanced decoder chips. So let's say I want to go from no UE to having a maxed out UE. I'm going to need a decoder chip to go ahead and give the UE. So I'm going to need one of these. And if I want to go level breakthrough from 10 to 20, then I'm going to need another decoder chip, so that's 2. If I want to break through from 20 to 30, I'm going to need another decoder chip, so that's 3. So I'm going to need a total of 3 decoder chips if I just want to get the UE maxed out on my character. And that is the regular advanced, right? Not the collab special decoder, the regular 5-star decoder chips. And you can convert these if you wanted to, if you had none. And then furthermore, I'm going to need all of these UE armaments if I want to upgrade max. If I want to just give the UE to my character and nothing else, I'm going to need 10 of these here. Just 10. And I'm going to need 1 of these here. Advanced, pretend this is a regular 5-star decoder chip, right? And if we want to do the same for Architect and Harass Velger, as I showed before when I was upgrading Architect's ARB application, you're going to need 60 of these if you plan to go from 10 to 20. So since I already have 80, I wouldn't need any more, right? But if I want to go all the way maxed out from, let's say, from 10 to 30, then I'm going to need another 80 because I need 160 to max out the UE completely. And that's from 10 to 30, right? And the same for Harass Velger as well. It's not any different. Now, let's talk let's talk skill upgrades. Let's talk skill upgrades. So let's say I want to upgrade these skills of my Architect, right? And it's the same for the Materia Sisters and Harass Velger. Let's just take a look. Architect, since I already have her leveled up and everything. I consider prioritization for skill ups to be reduce CD time by 1 turn for non-DPS characters. Since Architect is a non-DPS character and she has debuffs and she has a cleanse, I'm always going to be looking to maximize the value in her kit. And one of the ways is doing that is by looking at the skill upgrades, right? And you see here, reduce CD time by 1 turn. That is very valuable. So I'm going to upgrade this all the way to reduce CD time by 1 turn. So just for reference, let's go buy some skill ups and we'll skill upgrade Architect. So for me, prioritization is always this for non-support units. So I'm going to go all the way here till I get to the 4+4 upgrades, right? So now, once I hit this here, and then I upgrade again, then I will have the reduced CD time by 1 turn, which is very valuable to me. So that's where I would stop for a non-DPS character, right? So here, all I needed was 4 to go from 1 to 4. Now, it is different depending on the amount of... So, like, sometimes it will take more than 4 to actually get to +4, right? It depends on how many upgrades you need to max out the actual skill itself. It really depends. It scales based on that. So you can see here, I need 4 to... Once I get to +6 to go to +7, I need 3 once I get to +5 to go to +6, and then I need 2 once I get to +4 to go to +5, right? So like I said before, it does scale based on the actual level of the skill upgrade, right? So you determine how many you want to give to your character. And here, this is where I would stop for Architect, because all I really want is the reduced CD time for a support character. And then here, this is very valuable to me, right? Because this is a part of a passive, right? And this is a reduced CD turn pretty much. So I definitely want to get this as well. So I'm going to go ahead and buy another skill decoder chip to give to Architect so I can unlock that. Bada bing, bada boom. So now I have that skill upgraded. And now I'm looking at the S1. Is anything here valuable for the overall, skill for Architect? I think the status proc probability is actually pretty valuable, right? Depending on what the actual skill itself does. If there is a defense break, status proc probability is always valuable, right? A mark, which is a increased damage on the target, and you actually do have more of a chance to hit target with the mark, right? Because it is like a 15% increased damage on a target. So I want to make sure I always land the mark on a target with my Architect. So what I'm going to do is give her skill ups all the way to +6, so that this turns to a 50% chance, because it is +5 there, +5%, and plus another 5%, so that's 15. So 35% plus additional 15 with skill ups is a 50% chance. That's more valuable than a 35% chance. And if we take a look here, we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, and then we need 10. So we need 10 to get all the way to +6. Bing, bada boom. I don't know why I'm making these sounds. Pretend I'm actually funny, right? Okay, this game is a lie. I actually needed 9, not 10. Whatever, we have an extra one. We're going to need it for other characters anyways. So you need 9 to go from +1 to +6. In this case, this is most valuable to me. So you see it went up to a 50% chance to actually land the mark, which is very, very valuable. So that's where I pretty much would stop for Architect as a support character, right? Because I do not need the extra damage. I just want the status proc probability. I want the reduced CD turn by reduced CD time by 1 turn, right? That's very, very valuable because it does ignore the starter status resist and do a defense drop and a attack down. Very valuable. And then the passive here, this is also a reduced CDs by 1 turn, which is also really valuable. So that's where I would go in terms of upgrading Architect. Now let's take a look at an actual DPS character like Jerez Velger. Since Jerez Velger is a DPS unit, I would honestly go all the way in terms of skill ups, right? You can see plus 20% damage at +5. That's very valuable on an S3, right? You can see here, plus 20%. I would max this all out because she is a DPS unit. And then I would go all the way to max with the S1. And it has a defense drop as well, so you want to make sure you get the status proc probability also. This is a DPS-based unit, so I would go all the way in terms of skill ups. The Tyria Sisters, I think a lot of people have her, so I'll show them, right? Max all of this out, DPS-based unit. You definitely want to get this, right? Reduce CD turn. And you honestly want her UE because she grants herself an extra turn with the UE, so it's also very valuable. And then this here, max it all out because it is a corrosion, a poison, right? So that is a 5% max health damage and another, pretty much 5% max health damage. So it's 10% max health damage, and then the skill ups does add additional damage to that 10%, right? But phew, I hope that answered all of your questions. If you do have anything else you want to ask me in terms of the collab itself or how you should go about upgrading a character, definitely leave a comment. Let me know, what you honestly need help with. But I hope that answered everything. And yeah, I'm a little exhausted now. But I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you for watching and have a nice rest of your day. Peace.